Hollywood have over the last couple of years been famous for the sequel. Whenever a movie does well at the box office, there's this inherent urge to make a sequel. And sometimes the sequel is good and other times not so good. When the BMW Rnine T was launched, it was a huge success. And almost immediately BMW wanted to make the sequel. And this is it, the Rnine T Scrambler. BMW assembled most of the cast of the Rnine T, starting with its lead actor, the Boxer engine, 1170cc, pushing out around 110 horsepower. They packed it in basically the same frame, except there was some cost cutting involved. They replaced the upside down forks from the Rnine T, replaced them with these. They are the right way up. It's got this rubber gaiter around the front shocks to make it a little bit more retro, and then at the back they downgraded the shock there as well. Further cost cutting is evident in the single dial for the speedometer. It doesn't have a rev counter like the Rnine T, it only has the one dial, and the information on there is not a lot. It's got the round headlight to give it a little bit of a retro look, and it comes with that distinctive Boxer jiggle. The rest of the bike is typical Rnine T, but to turn it into a scrambler, they gave it a 19-inch front wheel, they put on dual-purpose tires, and they gave it that high swept exhaust. The first time I rode this bike was at the BMW launch of this bike down in Cape Town. Now that was a bit unfair because we rode in probably the most beautiful part of the Western Cape, namely the road between Gordons Bay and Royals. It is a very twisty piece of road, and this bike excelled there even with the then Karoo 3s that it had on. But it wants to be a scrambler, and you don't fit knobbly tires and put the exhaust out of the way and then expect South Africans not to go on gravel roads. My advice, just don't. For that, gravity and physics will triumph over the suspension any day. It's also too small for you to stand up properly, so a gravel road might be a bit of a challenge. One more thing is that this particular seat resembles, both in color and in density, a wooden cutting board. After about 300 k's today on this saddle, my derriere was screaming in agony. On the positive side, this is a drop-dead gorgeous bike. The fit and the finish of this bike is just phenomenal. Well, does it work as a scrambler? No, it doesn't, because the exhaust still goes under the engine. Yes, it comes out this side in beautiful Akrapovic exhausts, but the exhausts are still exposed to flying rocks. The thing is, you'll probably not go off-road with this bike. This bike to me is your second bike. It's a weekend bike, nothing more. Now, if BMW will only apply this exercise to the F800 engine, then maybe we could have a rebooted franchise of the Rnine T. This year BMW brought out even more sequels. They gave us the Rnine T Pure, they updated the Rnine T, and they also gave us the Rnine T Racer, and to me the ugly duckling in the bunch is the Urban GS. In terms of pricing, this bike sits very near the top of the Rnine T lineup. So would I buy one of these? Probably not. If I had to choose one of these, I would probably go for the base Rnine T, which has a bit more information in front of you. It has the upside down shocks and it just has a better ride. So my advice is, buy yourself the Rnine T Pure. You will save a lot of money. It's essentially this bike minus the upswept exhaust. And when the tires then finally need to be replaced, get yourself a set of knobblies and you will have a viable scrambler.